Hi, Chef.
Hi, Isabel. How
Thanks
are
so
you
much
doing?
for being here.
Thank you. This is the first time that I've sat down with WTWH when it wasn't the last session of the conference.
Yeah,
When my brain was like,
So you're ready. You're all ready to go.
yeah. So it's nice, relaxing.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad we were able to talk to you today. I mean,
Yeah.
you've been a part of this for so long, and you're also at a new club. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the club that you're at? It's a Kennett Square.
It's
Golf
Kennett
Club?
Square
Yeah.
Golf and Country Club. It's 5 minutes away from my home.
Okay.
My kids actually are members,
Oh, nice.
so I have grandchildren, and it's kind of a nice transition from what I've been doing for the years, and it's a small club, but very, 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 very busy, used, big food and beverage program, big brackets program. Golf is no tee times, it's busy all the time. So it's a neighborhood club, but it's a lot of fun, and there's a lot of people that I know that are members. So it's been pretty cool. It's only been a year, and we'll see what happens with that. And they seem to be happy with what I'm doing, so it's good.
That's in Pennsylvania, right?
It is. It's the mushroom capital of the world.
Oh.
Yeah.
Tell us more about that.
Well, there were a lot of Italian immigrants that came over, I don't know, I'm not going to, whatever decade, early 1900s. And they started growing mushrooms in mushroom houses. And that morphed into some of the exotic mushrooms. So yeah, it's a cool spot.
How do you incorporate that onto your menus?
A lot of mushrooms.
Yeah?
The club logo is a mushroom. So
Okay.
within a spring house. So
Yeah.
yeah, there's mushrooms on the menu all the time. And whenever guests come to the club, they have to try the mushroom soup. So
The mushroom soup?
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What about the mushroom soup? Is it just a classic that you've had around a long time, or is that your own recipe?
I worked at Longwood Gardens
Okay.
probably about 30 years ago, and I had the same recipe, so I reincorporated that into the club. It's got a touch of, strangely enough, a little bit of Zambuca in it and tarragon and a rich mushroom stock, vegetarian mushroom stock.
Sounds good.
Yeah, it's good. It's got a touch of cream in it. People say, it's a cream soup, but chefs know that you just put a little bit of heavy cream in a soup and it looks creamy, even though you're only using a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
What else, are you doing on the menus there that's new to you or that's new to the club?
Well, if you've been in the club business for 30 years, you know there's all these signature items that you kind of reincorporate wherever you go. So I think most club chefs would agree with that. There's sometimes the club favorites and the signature items are not really exciting. You have to do that with your features and specials on a weekly basis, or you have them on the menu seasonally and they rotate. But yeah, I mean it's funny. I've had conversations with chefs, and like chicken piccata is like the biggest seller. Who knew? But it is. It's it's what they come for. So and it's the biggest seller. But we sell a lot of seafood, ton of seafood, and that changes seasonally. More meat into winter months. But yeah, but changing the menu is what I find is the secret to success. So you have seasonal changes that are pretty major, and then tweaks every couple of weeks. And that seems because a lot of these people, they dine in the restaurant probably 2 or 3 times a week.
Right.
So yeah, so that's what's going on with the menu.
Now you were at Marion Golf Club for 22 years.
Yes.
What was that like, being at a club for so long and then having these few transitions?
The transition wasn't hard. Leaving a club after 22 years was really hard because you develop relationships with members and their families. And I think long-term club employees would all say the same thing. I remember when you were married, and I remember when you were a little girl or a little boy, and now you're a member yourself. So that was, you got close with the families, and it's pretty emotional when you have a going away party, but they were. Marion is going through a transition with a lot of capital improvements, huge amounts of money going into the clubhouse, getting ready for a U.S. Amateur this year and a U.S. Open in 2030. I had already done those events. We hosted them. They were really exciting. And I, to be perfectly honest, didn't want to go through a construction project. I love just operations. So that's the story there. But you leave employees too, and that's a really hard thing because they follow you, and you have they've worked with you for years and years, and now you're leaving, going somewhere else. And when I left, I went down to Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, and I couldn't bring those people with me, but was down there for a couple of years, and that was a lot of fun. Now I'm kind of full circle going back home, which is about 2 miles from Longwood Gardens, where I kind of first started out in the 90s. So yeah,
it's a nice homecoming story.
It is.
Switching gears a little bit, let's talk Chef to Chef. You've been obviously involved since its inception as one of the founders. Can you talk a little bit about that and what it's been like seeing it evolve over the years?
Well, I'll tell you what, I missed the last 2 years, but I was the national coordinator for 12. And, so if you were involved in that, you would know what it was like kind of nervously the first couple of years. Organizing an agenda and, organizing food demos, having a relationship with the host hotel or the resort, wherever you were going. But coming back here has been really eye-opening. I've only been in town for a day, but to see the room, and it's set up with 500 chairs in the main ballroom, it's kind of, it's surreal. I mean, when we first started out, we had 56 attendees in Las Vegas, and it's grown incrementally since then. And it's in really good hands with you, Joanna, and Chef Matarazzo and Chef Craig. So I'm proud of everything I'd accomplished, but it came a time where I just kind of juggling two things. It became hard after a number of years, but it's great to come back here at the Broadmoor and be a part of it, and honored to be back. So yeah.
Why do you think Chef to Chef and a conference specifically for culinary resort chefs is so important or valuable to this industry?
The relationships, the networking, you see the new chefs, they're just over there at registration, eyes wide open, wearing their chef coats. First time, at a conference, and they're just so amped up and excited. And then you see the chefs that have been there for a number of years that kind of know the lay of the land a little bit better, and are calling and making reservations at restaurants that they had scouted out when they were home, in order to go to, as a group, and not necessarily as a local group. And I've said this before, chefs from Pennsylvania going out to dinner and became great friends with chefs from California and chefs in Chicago, meeting up with their buddies from the South. So that part of it's really cool, and to see, and I noticed that, being involved from an organizational standpoint, that's what the goal is to do that. And what else? Just the educational part of it is fantastic, and the fact that the presenters are so honored to be asked. They're not here getting paid a lot of money to do this. They're just honored to be sharing their skills and everything they know with the attendees. So yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice culture.
Yeah,
to be a
it
part
is.
of.
It really is.
You are being inducted into the inaugural Hall of Fame here at Chef to Chef. What does that mean to you? Why do you think something like that is important to the industry, to recognize those chefs who've really paved the way in this specific niche?
Yeah, well, speak for myself. I'm not in any other Hall of Fame, so this is the first Hall of Fame, and it's an incredible honor. I mean, when Scott Craig called me, it was, super humbling, and I'm not the type of person that would expect things like that. I just I get gratification out of, seeing old friends and seeing an organization like this grow. And what's it like? It's very rewarding, and it is. And especially, and I think anybody who's recognized for years of service or good work, it's great to be recognized by your peers. So, and I guess that's how it came about. And it's going to be an exciting ceremony on Tuesday. Looking forward to it. So.
Lastly, there's going to be a lot of young chefs, a lot of new chefs who are looking at this Hall of Fame induction and admiring you all and wanting to know, how you got to where you are and what they can do to have such longevity in their career. What would you say to those chefs?
It's a lot of hard work. It is. There's no way around it. Things are changing. There were a lot of times where I spent a lot of time away from home. And when I was juggling the conference and a full-time busy club job, there was really no downtime and there was no off time. And successful chefs and in successful clubs around the country should realize that it only happens by hard work and commitment and loving what you do every day. And now, probably one of the most important things, top 3 is having good people around you. So I spent a lot of time in the last few years just focusing on staffing. And things are running like a well-oiled machine back home. And if I didn't have those people, I'd go back to a nightmare. And that's not going to be the case. Having good people around you, working really hard, loving what you do.